Exponents and Roots number 2, the second of 2 lessons on exponents and roots. We're going to go through this pretty fast. I'm going to immediately open it up because I went through and talked about the lesson last time. I showed you how to do it all in detail. The only difference on this assignment is that starting on number 6, we are going to end up having decimals and we're going to need to round. So I will cover that then. For now, just make sure that you have your Desmos calculator up on your right. And if you don't still have it, have your square root in one bar and then your cubed root in the other bar. And if you forgot how to get to the cubed root or the square root's right here on the bottom between the ABC and pi. The cubed root is you're going to have to hit this functions button on the right, functions. And then when you do that, you're going to scroll over to the miscellaneous section, the MISC over here. When you do that, it's going to be right there. And you just replace that in with a little 3. Okay. Then you can just keep these up here and replace the numbers as you need them. Because the first one says x squared equals 9. That's a square root because it's got the 2. So I can come up here and just type in 9 under my square root. It says 3, so a reminder that means 3 comma negative 3. Every time we have an even exponent, especially a 2, we're going to make sure to have 2 answers. The positive and the negative. Then we got another practice using that cubed root button that hopefully you've pulled up successfully. And just in case you haven't still, let me just do this one more time. Functions. Miscellaneous. You click that button. It immediately pops up here and says, what number do you want? Not literally, but you can imagine. The 3 is what I want, cubed root. And now I could type in my 8. This will get rid of any 3 that's up there. And we learned from last time that when you have a cubed root, you only have one answer, not 2. If you screw up and put 2 answers, you just have to redo it. All right. We have algebra problems with the rest of these. That's why we're going to need to use our backwards PEMDAS with no P or sad me. We have one more little cubed root to get us in the groove first. Negative 8. Negative 8. Again, only one answer. Starting on number 4, we're going to use sad me, do a little Texas two-step again, where we first get rid of what's going on the left side. Is it adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing? It's subtracting, so we do the opposite to both sides, treat both our kids equally, plus 13. When we do that, we get 81. I do recommend writing these out. I say that a lot, but it's just good to do. It's kind of fun. It's a little meditative. We take the square root now of 81. Square root of 81 is 9. If you don't know that, you can just type in 81 under your square root, or whatever number you have. It'll tell you 9. And then you could have 9 comma negative 9. All right. And then number 5, this is where we go over the rabbits situation, as I say, where we've got that 10 and that x squared, and they're adjacent. They're right next to each other with nothing in between them, which means they're multiplying like 2 rabbits. So we got to divide them. When we do, we get x squared is 25, so we take the square root of 25. And for the last time, we get a whole number. Square root of 25, what number times itself is 25? It's 5. 5, comma, negative 5. All right, now we have the rounding ones I talked about at the beginning. Number 6, square root of 11. Well, when you take the square root of 11, you'll see that you get 3.31662479036. We're not going to type in that whole thing, thankfully. Instead, as we've done throughout the year, we're going to round to the nearest hundredth. So we're going to utilize our rounding rules. Hundredth is 2 decimal spots, meaning this is either going to be 3.31 or 3.32. The big question, the rhyme that's famous in my class that we ask ourselves, we say, self, is the number to the right of the wall, this 6, is this number 5 or above? If so, we give it a shove up to 32. Well, this number is a 6. We ignore everything else. So, yeah, 3.32. 3.32. But don't forget, because it's a square root, we need comma negative 3.32. Closing this in 3, 2, 1, boom. So 3.32, comma negative 3.32. And that will be basically the rest of the assignment. We'll have the problems just like we had before, but we're going to have decimals to round to the nearest hundredth. We'll have square root problems, and we'll have, like this one, cubed root problems. So it's good to leave the cubed root up there. Cubed root of 45 is 3.55. Do we round 5.5 up to 5.6? Yes, because just like before, we have a 6 there. It's 5 or above, we give it a shove. But still with the cubed root, we just have one answer. Those rules all still apply. All right, number 8. It's just like the one we've had already. It's the rabbits. Those darn rabbits. They're just always multiplying so much. Keep those rabbits away from each other. So I get x squared is 6. The square root of 6 is going to be a decimal. Closing in 3, 2, 1. All right. Square root of 6. Replace this 11 with a 6 and get 2.44, and that's a 9, which rounds up there too. So 2.45. 2.45, comma, negative 2 points. That's a comma. 2.45. There we go. And just 2 left. Can't remember if we have any 3 steps here. Nope. All Texas 2 steps to end. It's kind of nice. I mean, I guess the 3rd step's just rounding correctly. All right, 1/4 x squared is 22. This is one that, hello, if you may have been fine on 1 through 8, and then you're like, wait, what the heck's this fraction doing? I remember this happened a lot when I'm teaching this in class. Hey, can you skip forward to number 9? It's like, okay, well, now you can. You've literally skipped forward to number 9. I will explain what to do. This is still the rabbit situation where we have this number and this x squared touching. There's no plus, minus, anything. So they're multiplying, meaning we have a choice that we could still divide both sides by the fraction, or you can remember that dividing by a 4th is the same thing as multiplying by the flip, 4 over 1, which is the same thing as multiplying by 4. So you can do 22 times 4, or you can do 22 divided by a 4th. And I'll show you that's the same thing. So we have 22 times 4. And the same thing as 22 divided by 1/4. 1, I wrote that wrong. 4th, there you go. They're both 88. So your call. You can even put 4 over 1 if this is confusing you without the 1. It's all going to give you the same thing. 88, and then I can take the square root. Don't forget that step. 9.38 for the first time. My third number is 4 or below, so I leave it alone. No. 9.38. Comma, negative 9.38. All right. I love having options. Again, I don't care whether you divide it by the fraction or multiplied by the whole number. Maybe you found another way of doing it somehow. If you did, congrats. If not, keep at it. You got this. Final one here. X squared minus 2 is 88. I'm going to add 2 to both sides. No confusing fraction on this one. 90, square root of 90. Oh, that's going to be 9 point something. Let's see. It's going to be a little greater than this 88. It's going to be like 9.4, 9.5. 9.5 rounded up, or 9.4. Is it 4.8 or 4.9? 6 is 5 or above, we give it a shove. 9.49. 9.49, comma, negative 9.49. As always, except for that one time. Most all the time, I will do all the problems for you, unless they're exactly the same, and then I will just give you all the answers. But most of the time, I'll show you how to do all of them, since you have different numbers, different problems. The vast majority of the time. This took us a little over 10 minutes. This video is going to be a little over 10 minutes. As always, I hope this finds you safe, happy, healthy, well, I like filming these videos for you. It's better than nothing. And if we're back in class, it's a great start in case you just don't want to talk to me in person. Best wishes on your whole life, and I will talk to you when I can. And when it's safe, take care. Bye-bye.